Hi, Queen Yoga Bee here. So you'll have to forgive the walking back and forth to the camera, but I fired my cameraman. Turns out he's a great husband and a horrible cameraman. So since we're stuck here at home with each other, it could be really bloody and messy and a knockdown drag out. So I let him go. He's out walking in the woods. Anyway, today, oh, by the way, namaste. Today we're going to do Surya Namaskara B for worker bees. So I'm going to run through it first, just for those of you that already know what it is, but want to be reminded maybe of what it's supposed to look like. I want to remind you to get some space, and we can do that right now, just sitting comfortably, creating space with our mind, and our vertebrae are separating just with the inhale. If you want to have your arms up, no problem. I want you just to be aware of the space that you're trying to create between your vertebrae, the space you're trying to create between your ribs, and the space that you're trying to create between the bottom of your ribs and the top of that iliac crest. We practiced that the other day, and if you've forgotten, you can go back to the bracing and spacing lesson that I did. Anyway, so we're there, and now you have to think about bracing with almost every pose that you do. You never just flop around like a rag doll, especially if you're going quickly. You're going to be doing a pose on the inhale and then a pose on the exhale. And we're going to try and make it as slow as possible, but it's quite aerobic as you get going, and then you need to breathe more, right? So it becomes a faster workout. So first I'm going to run through it with the breath, and I will be talking, and I'll be telling you when I'm inhaling and when I'm exhaling. So it's going to make it quite a workout for me because I won't be breathing like I'm supposed to. And then I'm going to run through it with a pose breakdown in case some of you are still caught on a pose or two. So this is Sun Salutation B. It's known worldwide. Every yoga class does it. So here we go. I'm going to start out facing you, I believe, and then I'll do the pose breakdown sideways. Hopefully you can see me here. You're at the top of your mat. So Surya Namaskara B starts out in Samasthiti, if you want to call it that, or mountain pose. So the difference, a lot of mountain poses are done with feet together and hands here. Samasthiti, you're a little more stable, your feet are under your hips. I have my hands in Anjali Mudra. So we're going to inhale to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, you can hop or step back to plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. That's all an exhale. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale your right foot up to high lunge or warrior one. Exhale, plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your left foot all the way up to high lunge or warrior one. Exhale, plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. 2, 3, 4. After this next breath, you can step or hop your feet up close to your hands. You're going to inhale, flat back. You're going to exhale, forward fold. You're going to inhale all the way back up to chair. And exhale, hands to heart. So that's one round. You have the right side to do and you have the left side to do. I like to start my yoga classes out with my worker bees doing maybe 3 rounds of these, but there's no reason you can't go all the way up to 10, especially if you want to do a practice on your own. It pretty much runs the gamut of every physical move you can think of. So it's a good thing. And I'm going to break it down pose by pose now in case you're having trouble. But I'm going to go sideways this time so that you can see just a little bit better. in case you don't know what all these poses are, or you forgot. So I'm again in Samasthiti. So I'm going to inhale to chair, pretty easy. Exhale, forward fold. Your forward fold, you can have your belly on your thighs. You can have your knees slightly bent. You're not going to be here for very long. Inhale, flat back. Again, when you're flat back, you're tipping your tailbone up toward the sky a little and tipping pinching your shoulder blades back, just to keep it from being this. On my next exhale, I'm gonna plank Chaturanga Dandasana. So to get there, hopping back is the most traditional way to do it, but it can really hurt your back if you don't brace. You have to put your hands down. You can step back or you can hop back, because you don't want to hop back and end up here. You're hopping back to plank. And it's Chaturanga Dandasana. Up dog, down dog. Those are pretty easy. Inhale. Your right foot comes up. You're either in high lunge or warrior one. So what's the difference? Well, high lunge, my back foot is like this. In warrior one, my back foot is flat at the diagonal so that my hips are still going straight. So from here, it's plank on the exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, exhale, left foot up, either warrior one or high lunge. Exhale, plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. I'm crawling off my mat. Inhale, exhale. Stay here for 5 breaths. This is your recovery spot, right? After your 5th breath, you're going to hop near your hands. But you have to look at your hands. If you don't look at your hands and you look here, you're going to end up here. So you look at your hands, bend your knees, hop closer. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up to chair. Exhale, Samasthiti. That was pretty easy. So that's breaking it down a little bit more, slowing it down so you can see what it looks like sideways. I will present Surya Namaskara A. I consider that an easy B workout. In my practice it is, but that doesn't mean you can't do it. Maybe on a certain day you don't want to do all the warrior ones. So make sure that when you're done with your practice, even if you hook this Surya Namaskara B onto any other flow holding poses, make sure that you end in some sort of resting pose. Savasana is recommended, but you can also be seated. Make sure that you pay attention to that mindful breath. And when you do that and you're listening to that ujjayi sound, it becomes a mindful breath meditation. So this is where I suggest that you set a timer, because sometimes we have a tendency to shorten this. And this, in my opinion, is one of the most healing things you can do in yoga. Everybody knows how to do exercise. It's just what we do. The whole world's out there doing step classes and all sorts of things like that. But yoga connects your breath to the practice. And then at the end of the practice, you're kind of scanning your body and seeing how you feel. You're trying to connect with the sound of your breath, that ujjayi sound. And this is the simple form of meditation. Actually, you can do the mindful breath meditation anywhere. You don't have to make it the end of your practice. It can be the beginning of your practice. At any rate, thank you very much for being with me, Queen Yoga B, one more time. Namaste. I have no cameraman, so here I go.